So, I think it's time we talk about the thing that made me nearly cry this week. And that was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny trailer officially being released. Now, why did I cry? Was it because it looked bad? Not at all. Was it because it looked good? Hell yeah. Was it because I've waited 14 years to get redemption since Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Hell yeah. Did I, when we ranked and reviewed these Indiana Jones movies, put Kingdom of the Crystal Skull much higher than it probably deserved to be? Yeah, I did. And you know why? Because I was disappointed that we didn't get the Indiana Jones movie we got, but I still appreciated a lot of the movie that they did right, and that I know there was a lot wrong with it, but there was a lot right with it too. And Indiana Jones is probably my favorite movie franchise ever made. So for me to be able to see Indiana Jones, the trailer come up the other day, and I watched it, and I had tears in my eyes because of all the throwbacks they did and all the things that they showed in the trailer. It was awesome. It was brilliant. And I know, Alanis, I don't know if you noticed when you watched the trailer. You remember when we reported on this being made and we watched all the footage of behind the scenes of what people had caught? I don't know if you realize that in the trailer, majority of what we reported on is in the trailer. So remember, we reported on him chasing a train on a motorbike and then being on top of the train. That's in the trailer. We reported about the parade that's happening for the NASA space program. We see that in the trailer. We reported about the rickshaw things happening in that town where he jumps from a rickshaw to another one. That happens in the trailer. Like, we talked about the castle that has like the escape that they're going to have and all the explosions happening for it. That's in the trailer. And I think that we were all also conned about this movie where headlines were saying Harrison Ford's going to be de-aged, digitally de-aged for this movie. I think people took that as in he's going to be digitally de-aged for the entire movie. And that's just not the case.
Yeah.
You can see in many shots that he has been digitally de-aged because it is a time jump back. Now, this movie is apparently set in 1969 around the space race. But it looks to me, and I'm going to point some things out to you, Alanis, while we watch this trailer. After we watch this trailer, I'm going to go back. I have a feeling that the Nazis that were responsible for the Ark of the Covenant nonsense in the first movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, return in a time travel element of some sort. Now, let's watch this trailer and I'll explain why. You ready for this?
Yes.
I miss the desert. I miss the sea. I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps not.
I don't believe in magic. But a few times in my life, I've seen things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
Related.
Get back.
So, now, Linus, did you notice now all the stuff that we reported on being in that trailer? Now, we're going to bring this back up. Now, why do you think that I think that the Nazis from the original movie have something to do with it? Well, first of all,
you briefly see them.
this first shot that I'm going to bring up. Okay, so first of all, that's the train escaping the castle that we talked about. Yeah, the Nazi castle. If we skip forward a bit, we're going to see, should be somewhere around here, this bit. Now, this bit is, to me, looks like set when either The Last Crusade or Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Obviously, that's the de-aging, digital de-aging. Now, right here, we got some here, but I'm going to skip forward to the one that I saw that I thought definitely this has to be the character that I think it is. Now, where is it? Is it somewhere here? Sorry, 1 second, guys. I'm going to play it 1 second.
I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Maybe it's back a little bit.
Those days have come and gone. Perhaps.
Also good to
Perhaps
see him back.
Yes. He's looking really old, too.
He is.
I don't believe it. But a few times in my life, I've seen things I can't explain.
There. Let's go back a little bit.
Explain.
There.
Yes.
Now, who does he look like?
He looks like the dude from
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
With the coat hanger and all that.
Yeah.
Now, I know he died at the end of that with the Ark of the Covenant, but as I'm saying, I feel like with the Dial of Destiny and being able to go back in time, I feel like this is what we're getting, right? We're going to get a story about how the Nazis that were responsible for the Ark of the Covenant and stuff, some of them made it back to America and are responsible for the space race, obviously. But I believe that he uses the Dial of Destiny to go back to the time of the 40s when the war was going on to try and prevent something from happening in the future in the with the space race. How do you feel about that?
I reckon that's a fair assumption there.
I mean, you don't have the Dial of Destiny. You don't have him saying, I don't believe in magic. You don't have all these flashback scenes of like him at castles from the 40s when it's set in 1969 without there sort of being some time travel element. And that's just, unless there's just that many flashbacks that don't involve time travel. But to me, it looks like way too many to just be flashbacks. You know what I mean? Of course, this is all just speculation at the moment, but this is what I took away from the trailer. Now that we've discussed that and I've shown you a few things, tell me, what do you think you're excited about with this movie? What do you think you're not excited about with this movie? And how do you feel that this movie looks compared to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which was mostly hated by mostly audiences and critics alike? So what do you think?
I think it's, at this point, at least presenting better, and I hope they've learnt from their mistakes. Yeah. I've been burnt by LucasArts before, so I'm hoping I'm not again. But yeah, it's looking hopeful at the moment.
It's looking like we're going back to the roots of Indiana Jones. It's looking like we don't have something silly like aliens. Yes, we might have a time travel element, but if done correctly, if done. Look, I like Indiana Jones a lot too because of the whole Nazi soldiers, the wartime. I like a lot of that being the backdrop for the Indiana Jones movies. And I am happy to see that we are getting that again because when it went to the Russians in number 4 and things like that, I just felt less interested because it doesn't talk about sort of like the history that I'm into. Like I'm more into the German history, the Third Reich, things like that. So I'm excited that we're going to get to see some things like set in the 1960s, late 1960s with the space race and all that. But we're going to still be getting what looks like a cool Nazi backdrop setting to an Indiana Jones movie, which is what I feel like Indiana Jones has kind of always been about, except maybe with Temple of Doom and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So I'm also hoping that this is the final send-off for these movies. I'm also hoping that if we end this movie with Harrison Ford, who has stated that he doesn't want anyone playing him again as Indiana Jones, I really hope that these movies remain untouched, and I hope that we do not get another Indiana Jones after this. Even though I'm the biggest fan of Indiana Jones, I don't want to see anyone else in the role as Indiana Jones, and I'm quite happy leaving it at this. Hopefully that it ends on a good note. That's how I'll be happy. So,
Yes.
anything else to say about that?
No, that is about all I have to say on it at this point.
Cool.